Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. I'm pretty excited for you. When's your wedding date again?
It's August 1st.
Okay, that's pretty soon.
Yeah, I know. So we've been kind of busy, but it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. And did you say you both live in Salt Lake, right?
Yes, we do.
That's great.
So yeah, it's fun.
Is it going to make it different for your reception with the social distancing and stuff, or?
Yeah, so we have like a limit of like 100 guests we can have.
That's not too bad.
Right. Yeah. So the temple has the more restriction. So with the temple, you can have only like 16 guests.
Yes, for the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And you cannot get change inside.
I see.
So you have to go in temple clothes.
Got it.
And so yeah, they only allow one group to get in. When that group get out, the next group can get in.
And which temple is it?
That'll be in Timpanogos one.
Oh, that's a great temple. I used to live by that one.
Yeah, it's very pretty. I like the garden there. Super pretty.
Yeah.
And the temple itself, it's very pretty as well.
Yeah, the garden is nice. My daughter went to school across the street, so she'd go take temple pictures for her photography class. She liked the grounds as well.
Yeah, the garden is very pretty and big, so it's very good. Yeah.
Well, that'll be awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Are your parents going to be able to make it?
We are hoping, but we don't know, because for now, like if you are not a U.S. citizen or resident, you cannot enter the U.S.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
So yeah, you can come in the U.S. if you're a resident or a citizen, but if you're not, then they don't allow you to.
Wow.
Many countries has so many restrictions. Even in Europe, it's maybe something similar.
Okay. Wow.
But
hey,
hopefully...
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Besmir was just telling me that they're getting married in the Timpanogos temple in August.
All right. That's so awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting that the temple.
What's your fiance's name again?
Say again?
Okay. And where is she from?
She is from Seattle.
Okay. Awesome. Oh. I was just talking to my wife this morning about maybe we should go to Seattle this summer.
Not on summer. I wouldn't recommend with the virus.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was wondering how things are doing up there.
They're a little bit better, but
okay.
It's kind of cool because you go there and then you get to visit a different country too.
Oh, a different country?
Good one.
Because
there's I don't want to get political, but there's the group, they declared themselves a sovereign nation.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a 2-for-1.
I thought you were talking about Canada, Josh.
I don't even need a password.
I wish.
Well, do we have a thought for today? Does someone have the thought? I think we had somebody lined up.
Yeah, we had somebody volunteer. I forgot who.
I forgot as well.
All right, it was me. I volunteered for today.
Right.
Today's Friday, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna
Yeah.
say let's do a prayer first though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure we knew.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. I always ask in advance just to give people a second to think about it. But
yes.
Yeah.
And then Robert can be praying for himself as well when we say that. Can we have a volunteer for the prayer today?
I can say it.
Great, Chris. Thanks.
Our beloved Father, which art in heaven, we're very grateful for this day, for the time that we get to meet together as a class and to further our knowledge of DevOps. We're grateful for the time that has been prepared in our lesson for today. We ask a special blessing upon us that we have thy Spirit to be with us, that as we learn the principles being taught, that we'll be able to find ways to connect the gospel with it, to increase our testimony and to have better understanding of not only gospel principles, but the things being taught. We ask a special blessing upon the front line, those that are in the front lines of facing the COVID pandemic, that they may be watched over and protected, that they may heal those that are being affected by the virus. And we ask that our nation also be blessed with feelings of sympathy and love for each other, that we may that our nation's riots and everything may calm down, and that we may approach the topics being discussed in a civil manner. We're grateful again for everything which thou hast blessed with, and this we do pray in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, Chris. See, Robert.
Okay, I'm up. All right. For my thought, I was thinking about it yesterday, and kind of thinking about the topic of fighting fear, and one of the things that came to my mind was growing up. When I was younger, I wasn't very confident. I didn't have the self-confidence and the self-esteem that I thought was required to really excel at doing much. And so, son, what do you need? Okay, here, the lid's right there. All right, sorry about that. And then, so for a long time, I was constantly worried about what other people were thinking, and if they thought what I was doing was good enough and things like that. And as I got older, I started to realize that I was focusing on the wrong thing, and it was seriously hindering my ability to perform and do tasks and things like that. And so what I ended up realizing that, it got to the point where I was like, I wouldn't do things. I wouldn't raise my hand in class. I wouldn't volunteer for things because I was just worried about messing up too much. And so as I got older, I finally realized that the issue, I don't know, I didn't care so much about what other people thought. I realized that I do have skills and that am good at. I do have talents that I have, and there's areas where I will excel, and there's areas where I won't. And I kind of just came to terms of not everybody's gonna be okay with what I do, and that's all right. I'm just happy with who I am and where I'm at and the skills that I have. And I think a lot of the confidence that I have now, yep, I'm turning on. A lot of the confidence I have now comes from just knowing who I am and and having that reassurance of myself and knowing that what I think of my performance and what I think of who I am matters a lot more than what anybody else thinks. And that has resulted in me being able to just perform at my job, at school, at uh, family things as well, better, and being able to just excel at things. I'm at a point where I am so far above where I thought I would be in school when I started. And so I think it's very important for us to sit down and kind of have I don't know what you call it, a little chat with yourself to kind of figure out who you are and what you want to do in life, and kind of know who you are, and rather than knowing what or thinking about what other people think you are. And so I don't know, that's just kind of my thought, and want to share with you guys just kind of that little bit of experience I had with that, and that transformation of just being able to be myself and to be able to uh, be okay with who I am and not worry about what other people think. So share these things with you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. As you're telling that story, I'm thinking about this book that we just read in our family this week. You Are Special by Max Lucado. If you guys have ever heard of that, I'll show it to you real quick on Amazon. But the idea behind this book is it's a children's book, and I love it. It's the story of this little puppet named Punchinello, and I'm not going to take too much time here, but let me show my screen here. And the idea is these little creatures, these little puppets, they run around and they give each other these gray dots or these stars, gold stars, okay, based on their performance. So if they perceive that one of the puppets isn't very good at something, they give them a gray dot. If they think they are good at something, they give them a star. Sometimes people walk up and just give a puppet a gray dot just because they already have so many gray dots. And then they start to get discouraged, right? And so Punchinello, he's got all these gray dots. He feels like he can't do anything. Then he meets this little puppet, a Wemmick, they call him Wemmicks, little Wemmick, who doesn't have any stars or dots. She has nothing. And he asks, how is that possible that you don't have any stars or dots? And she says, well, because every day I go visit the carpenter who made us. His name's Eli. So obviously this is representative of God. And Punchinello thinks about that, and he wonders if he would be okay to go visit Eli, if it would be all right, or if Eli would be ashamed of him because he has all these gray dots. So he's kind of afraid. This fear is keeping him back. But then he decides, I'm going to go do it. And he goes and he visits him, and he asks, how is it possible that this other Wemmick doesn't have any dots or stars? And he said, because she's decided what I think of her matters more than what the other Wemmicks think of her. And as Punchinello processes that and thinks about that and feels the love of his maker, then his dots start to fall off. So the stickers and the dots start to fall off. So anyway, I love that concept, and I think that it helps a lot when we think about how we're all in this together, and trying to view ourselves and view others as God views us really goes a long way to overcoming fear and helping us feel more of a community and a kindred relationship to our brothers and sisters. So that's what I was thinking when you were sharing that. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, I empathize with Robert. I was similar growing up. I was kind of I think it seems like every other year was a good year for me, and then every other year was a bad year for me, and I struggled with my identity as well. And I think looking back, I just didn't have a strong sense of connection with Heavenly Father, to be honest. To me, that's what was really missing. It seems like that in the absence of that influence, the people around us become the loudest thing, kind of like Robert was saying. And we can just let those voices overwhelm and overtake our identity, and we can start feeling that what those people say and think is the most important. And I still have that happen. It's not like I just miraculously overcame that tendency, but I've learned to pray a lot more. And some days I forget about prayer, and then I'll be like, dang, why did I do that? And then the next day I try again. So thanks so much, Robert, for being willing to share something personal like that. I think it helps people see that if they're struggling, they can make it through it. So appreciate that. Well, I think we're all at different phases on this pipeline project we're working on. I want you to know that we're gonna figure it out, so don't stress too much. The goal is to learn, and if we get to a different point than we were thinking we would, that's just fine. I ran into a personal hurdle with this. I found out we only had 8 public IP addresses available to us in Google, and there's 20 of us students working on this. So we're gonna change things up a little bit by gonna share my screen. Each of you is gonna be each group is going to be using your own Google project, which is different than what we've been doing. So before, when you went into Google Cloud, you would choose CIT 262 under the all list. This is where you've been going. And now we've added 5 groups. So depending what group you're in, you'll want to find that group. Now, I'm still adding people because as of this morning, I had a different solution that did not work. And so I'm just adding people right now. And what I'm going to do is ask for, I'm going to call out team 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to tell you who is going to be your system admin for the day. I think right now I've got teams 1 and 2 added to their groups in Google Cloud. 3, 4, and 5, what we're going to do is add one person, and then that person can add everyone else. So if you watch closely, that'll be good in case you're the one that has to add it for your group. So what you do is you go to the left menu here, and you're gonna go to IAM. That stands for Identity and Access Management. Click on that, and you'll see all the people. Well, there's only one. Yours will look a lot like this. So on group, we actually want group 3 first. Let's go to that one. So we're gonna add, let's see, I'm gonna add Christian Gonzalez. And I just do last name, first name. And of course I spelled it wrong.
With a Z.
Thank you. So that's how you should be able to find people, is just last name, comma, first name. Now you want to go to role and go project owner, like that. Everyone gets to be a project owner. So Christian, if I could ask you to go into that group, it should show up now in Google Cloud. If you go to the top and choose all, you should now see group 3 appear in your list. And if you could go ahead and add the other 3 members of your team. Is that okay?
Yes, let me just get there.
Sure. And while you do that, I'm going to assign for group 4, the system admin is going to be, is Benjamin from here today? Let's see. I'm not looking at the video. Let's see. He's not. Okay. Can I have Preston? Can you be the system admin for your group?
Yeah, that works out.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you. So you will want to go in and add everyone in your team as a project owner to group 4. Again, you'll go to the drop down up here, go to all, and then find group 4. Could you do that for me?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Thank you. Appreciate your help. And then on group 5, Christian Cantarero, can you help us today as the system admin for your group?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So I'm making you a project owner, which you should then do for the rest of your group. You'll want to go to the drop down, all, and then go to group 5. So while you're in there, I'm going to show you something else. You should all be listening to this. Okay, so say I was in group X. Okay, you're going to go to Kubernetes and find it's empty. Nothing. So if you go to Kubernetes engine, it's going to say, oh, you haven't done anything. So let's see. Oh, I think I need to fix this one. Yours should all be set up for billing. Okay, so you will not. Oh, all right. I'll do group 1. Who from group 1 would be willing to share their screen for a minute? And while we walk through this. Sorry, did I see a hand and I missed it? John, go for it. You're all going to need to do this on your project. At least it's going to happen one time on the project. So follow along with John if you could. You can do it right now if you want. That's probably the easiest. Okay, so can you start over on the left? Okay,
Yeah. Where do you want me to
the
go?
3 bars. So you scroll down to Kubernetes, and it's under compute. If you don't have it like John, it'll be down on the left under compute. Okay, great. Perfect. And then I think you clicked on enable API when you got to that screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. So you clicked enable API, and you can see that now it's enabling that API. And this may take a minute or more. So that gives you all time to catch up. So if you're the system admin for your team, then please be adding the members to your group. And then I guess if that enable button isn't there, then you know you don't have to worry about it. It's already being enabled. But if it is there for your team, go ahead and do it.
It's a very big button. It's hard to miss.
Okay, great. Okay, so now it's enabled, and he's going to click on clusters on the left. Oh, it says it's, what? That was weird. It went backwards.
So is the end goal to create a cluster?
Yes, sir. Very good question.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure I can click that button.
And who's this Gunther talking?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're in group 1 as well, right?
Yeah, I can hit cancel. That's okay.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
You're
Does the
good.
time zone matter?
It shouldn't.
Okay.
You can take the default. So it sounds like Gunther's on the same screen you're on, John.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he's already there, then I'll cancel and he can keep going.
We can have you do it, Gunther. You want
Nah,
to?
he's
Yeah, I'm just putting
But
this
he's
up so everyone
there.
can
He's
see
right
it.
there. He's looking at the same thing. I've already hit cancel. It's too late.
Okay, and cluster 1 is what we call everything, so just keep that. And the zone, this is actually called a compute zone. This is the data center that your servers are running in. So you get to choose where. Why would that be important?
Depending where in the world, I suppose it might be faster some places than others.
Absolutely. If you're in Virginia and your data center's in Virginia and you have customers in Africa or Saudi Arabia, that is not the closest data center, is it? So, but you can take the default. This is fine. Everything default. Yeah, you're good. And create. And that's going to say it's creating. And you're on your way. Nice job. So when you add your build trigger, this is where you're going to add it, is in your group project now. This is the place you're going to do that.
So we still each do our own website,
Yes.
but we'll just do it within this group project instead
Correct.
of the class group project. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So by having different projects, does that give you more public IPs to play with? Is that why we're doing that?
Yes, very good. Good question. At least that's what I think it'll do. We'll find out if I'm wrong pretty soon. And then we'll just have to rethink through this. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go in your groups. And if you have some questions, you can hang out and don't join your group, but I'm just going to go ahead and set it up. Do you have any other questions about what we're doing today?
I wonder if we could try an idea. What if we said, let's let each group kind of work in the main, let's each group have a turn working in the main room with us.
Sure.
So we could say, everyone go to your groups except team one. Team one, stay here for 5 minutes and work on it with us, so we can see where you're at. Or you're doing the work, but we're kind of just there with you. And then we can send out a broadcast message that says, okay, team two, come into the main room now, and kind of rotate through so everybody gets an opportunity to at least have a few minutes working with both of us.
Yeah, that's good. So we can have group one stay with us first, if that works for group one. Is that okay, guys?
Yeah, that's fine, I'd say.
But if there are any other general questions first before we do that.
Yeah, do you guys have any other questions before we send you off to your room?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, group one hang out here, and then we'll just have group two come next. We'll send a broadcast message that you'll see at the top of your screen, I think.
When we create the cluster, should we click connect or leave it as is?
You don't have to. You should click the cluster one and then just look at it. I think it'll be fine, but I'm just curious. Can you click nodes, the nodes tab?
And then do each and every single one of us have to make this new cluster, or just one per
No,
group?
just one per group.
Okay.
Yeah, so that looks good. Could not enable API. I don't know why it's saying that.
So I should not go to the breakout room that says group one?
Not yet. Just hang out here.
Right, okay.
It makes no sense to me. It says cluster one's good to go.
Yeah, I don't know why it said cannot enable API. I think it's because it's already enabled. That's
yeah, who knows?
Okay, do you guys have more questions?
Other than that, we should just be able to run our triggers and it should work, or?
Yep. Yeah, you want to run yours, John, if you don't mind?
Yeah, just got to hide the floating panel so I can actually click the button.
Okay, cool. And you want to click show on the bottom there? So what's it doing right now? Why does it say push? What's it pushing? It was pushing pushing your image, and that's what it's saying, is it's trying to get that image. gcr.io CIT262 group 1 John's website. Oh, interesting. I'm going to look at a sample that I have of this. Okay, so yeah, that should have worked.
I'm going to double check that I have it in the pulling from the correct. Okay, looks right.
Okay.
That's the same source.
Yeah, I think everything is good here. I think we just need to figure out something with that trigger. Can you go to the history again?
Yeah.
And click on the one that failed. It'll be the left.
Oh.
That just takes you to the GitHub repo, but to the left
Yeah.
of it, there's a little number. Okay, if you could scroll down. So warning, so already have image config, so it's pushing. Now, if you scroll up, it says the push refers to line 48. The push refers to repository gcr.io, which is Google Cloud Registry.io. That's their Docker registry where they store their witness. In there, you've got a specific project called CIT 262 Group 1, which that's right. That's your project ID.
Yep.
And then when it's pushing to that location. So that should be good because it says it finished step 1, which means it found the GCR repository and pushed to it. Now, what I've found sometimes happens, it says, did not find, that's okay. The warnings on line 77 are normal. Getting access to cluster. Oh, that's it. Line 86. Do you see that? You may need to grant permission to access the cluster.
Okay.
So that is a command you will run from the Google Cloud Shell. And I think, John, we should let someone else do that. Are you okay with that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, who wants to drive next?
I can crack a shot.
Thanks, Austin. Do you want to share? Are you able to share your screen?
Yes.
Awesome.
Can I jump in with a real quick question?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I have a system admin that was able to add me because the only thing I can see on my end here is a CIT 262 and my project.
Okay, and you're in group.
So I'm originally in group 2.
Group 2? Oh.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm group. I mean, yeah, like my actual group is group 2.
I put you in the wrong one today, didn't I? In the breakout room. Hold on 1 second. So let me see. I'm going to group 2, and it's me that set up group 2, so it's my bad. But any of your other teammates should be able to add you, Andrew. Just a heads up.
Okay, so I can probably, yeah, you can probably push me to the breakout room, then I'll ask one of them to do that.
Okay, awesome. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Did you get the prompt to go to the group 2 now?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay, and so we're looking at Austin's screen now?
Yes.
Cool. So there's a command, and do you know how to get to that command we were just looking at?
No, I didn't see a command.
Okay, no worries. John, do you want to help him get to that?
Like the error that I got, or?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you go to cloud build and you go to history.
Okay, where's the cloud build?
You'll open the hamburger icon.
Oh, right. Oh, cloud build, and then history.
Yep. Then you can choose any of them.
All right, we'll start
click
with
little build number.
Oh, build number. All right, we'll start with the top one.
And then scroll down to line 86.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll want to copy starting with the letter G. G cloud. It's on the left after step number 2 :
Oh, so start with the D?
The G like golf.
Oh, I heard. Okay.
Yeah, good clarification there. And then copy all the way to the right. Perfect.
Okay.
So this, we're going to run this from something called the Google Cloud Shell. I don't know if we've done this in class yet, but you'll want to copy that one.
Yep, it's copied.
Sweet. And then up on the upper right corner, there's your little avatar. And then go over 4 symbols. You'll see, looks like a PowerShell icon.
Oh, yes. Cloud Shell.
Yes, sir. And then continue. Basically, this is like a Linux command line. That's what it is. Okay. Ronaldo, we will get you to your group. Let's see. It's number 5, I think. Okay, so you're at the shell prompt. So now we're going to paste that command in and hit enter. It's going to do some magic. Okay, now in theory, we should be able to retry John's build now. Would you like to click the retry button, Austin?
Retry on the shell?
It's right in the middle of your top under the blue bar. There's a little retry arrow.
Oh, that retry, okay.
And John, you can watch this from your side too if you want, either way. Big money, big money.
No whammies.
What's that? What'd you say?
No whammies. That's what that's from, isn't it?
I have no idea what it's from.
That
Yes,
show,
it is.
the old show that used to, the game show.
Oh, okay.
Big money, no whammies.
Yep.
What it's called? No, what is it called? No whammies?
No, I don't remember what it's called. Press
Okay.
Your Luck, maybe? It might have been called Press Your Luck. I don't remember. Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's Press Your Luck. Started in about good 40 years ago.
That's
Okay.
impressive, John.
Used to love watching that show. They started canceling it down because people were figuring out a randomized pattern.
Oh,
Okay,
interesting.
I didn't know that.
So they were trying to fix it to become more random.
Can you scroll down, Austin, in the window there on the lower right, where it says step 2, step 2, step 2? Scroll down in that window. Failed to apply. Oh, what? This is the old one, isn't it? So if you click history on the left, or is this the old one? I
This
don't
should
remember.
be the one we just retried.
Should I go back to history?
Well, it's saying we failed to authorize command to get cluster credentials failed. It's still saying that. Can you go to the left again? You may need to grant permission to access to the cluster, which I thought we did. And can you go to the Cloud Shell again?
Sure. Oh, yeah, Cloud Shell
Click
right here.
that. Yeah, and then click push the up arrow. Developer. And then can we make sure that's the entire line in the error message on 85 if we scroll to the right?
Oh, back up here.
Yeah. Go all the way over. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Interesting. There's a message if you expand the window that the shell is in. It gave us a message, and we should be able to read the whole thing if you. There's a little drag bar above the black. There's a little gray line in the center, and you can grab it and drag it till it's bigger. So
I'm not seeing a gray bar.
okay, just below
Oh.
the finish step 2. There you
That?
go. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Keep going up.
Oh,
Good.
okay. Oh, there's a gray bar. Now it shows up.
So it updated the IAM policy. We're adding an IAM binding policy to this service account. And it's saying service account role cloud build builder. So it gave it that access. I wonder if we just have to run it again. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe instead of clicking retry, go back to the trigger and run it fresh, or
Yeah, you could if you want to.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, go to the triggers right here.
Mm-hmm. And then click run trigger.
That's for John's website. That should be okay, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then there will be a little box pop up. You can click show and it'll get you to the log. I'm just wondering if something took longer than they said it did to do. Still the same error. Getting access to cluster 1. So weird. Failed to apply deployment. Code 404 not found. Oh, you know what? I think we might be in a different zone than what the deployment says.
Oh, yeah, it says, did you mean cluster 1 in US West 1C?
There we go. So it's looking for US East 1-B. And so the way you'd fix that is, John, you would just go into your, I believe it's, hold on.
So on that screen when we created the cluster, I guess we must have chosen a different zone as we were talking about the regional zones of their
Yes.
farms.
Which is totally fine. Doesn't even matter. It's just that the cloud build YAML file specifies a zone, and so the one we specified doesn't match.
so how do we want to fix that?
So you'll just want to go into VS Code and update it. It should be around line 34 in cloud build YAML.
Would that be for all of us?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have my code up.
You want to share the screen? Or, okay, that's good. Let's go there.
And it's cloud build YAML.
It's in the cloud build YAML?
Yep.
Okay.
Around line 34. And you'll just want to fix it to say equals and the proper zone, whatever it is.
So it's US West 1C.
Okay.
And West 1 instead of East 1.
Oh.
Good.
Cool. Yeah. So then, John, if you push yours to master, it should re-trigger the build, and you guys should see it work. I'm going to call group 5 to come in, if you guys don't mind, and you guys can go to your group now.
Do you think we can call in 2 groups at the same time? Just since we're low on time now, I know that that's not ideal, but otherwise I don't know if we're going to get everyone to get a chance to come talk to us.
Yeah. Say team 5 and 4, please come back.
One quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting used to this VS Code. So I made the changes, and is it just automatically kind of like pushed out and ran on my GitHub and then my Google, etc.?
So that's what you're building, is that whole process, that pipeline. A pipeline is what takes it so when you commit code, it automatically does all the things we've just seen happen.
Right, but I mean, I had to do that yesterday when I was initially making the Docker file. As I had a little notification saying to like go ahead and like run it and push it whatnot, but I'm not getting that notification anymore. Does that mean I already did it?
Oh, I see.
Because
You'll
I
just want to do like
I saved the file, but I changed it to West1C. But now I'm just worried.
Click
Is
the
that it?
refresh button on top next to the check mark.
What'd you say?
Click the refresh button
Oh, right
next
here.
to the check mark.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. And then
is this a plugin, John?
No, so this is built into the this
Okay.
is built into VS Code already.
Cool. Nice.
It's just if you don't want to type in the terminal, then this pushes and commits everything for you.
I've never used this, and I don't know why.
Yeah, so you click stage change, and then you type what message you want in the message bar. Then you can click the check mark, which is commit. And then you do the 3 dots, and you can click push or push to. 3 dots on the right.
The other 3 dots.
You can do push, push to, and it just automatically pushes it to your repository.
Oh, okay, then yeah, there's mine. Okay.
So it's just a more graphical interface versus a terminal.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, and then we'll ask me here. All right, and then that should be it, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can go to our breakout room so you guys can call another group.
Okay, good job, guys. I think you're going to be in business now, so have fun. Hey, Christian, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Great.
Yeah.
How is the project going?
So we all kind of like got stuck on step 4.
Okay.
So basically for me, just give me like a red flag. I can share my screen so you can
Sure.
actually see it.
Did Brother Murdoch, did you send a broadcast message out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it for my group. I don't know why they're not joining yet.
I sent it to group 4. I said group 4 and 5 come back to the main room.
Broadcasted to everybody, and nobody came back.
Christian did.
Well, I mean, sorry, Christian did, but where is everybody else?
I don't know. Do you want me to send you over to one of those groups?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 1 second here.
Or send another message, I guess. Either option. I don't know.
Yeah. Unable to enable the API. Billing must be enabled. Oh, I can fix that.
Did you send me somewhere, or did you send another message, or?
I made you co-host, and
okay.
I can send
All right.
you to group. You want me to send you to group 5 or 4? Christian, which one are you from? You're from 5, right?
Yeah, I'm 5.
How about if I send you to 4?
Yep, I'll go tell him. Thanks.
Yep. Okay, so group 5. Enable billing. Select projects on which you can enable billing. Sorry, I'm looking at this. I thought I had enabled billing for all of these groups. That's weird. Account. Management. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. So it looks like you're going to need to use another group's project because it won't let me enable billing on Group 4 and Group 5.
Okay.
The 1, 2, or 3 should work. Did you hear that, David and Andrew?
No, what was that?
That I can't enable billing for Group 5 or Group 4 for some reason. So we'll need to add you guys to another group.
Okay.
So I can add you. Let's see. Oh, you were on Group 2 already, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are set then.
But we do not understand the instructions.
Okay, no problem. What I'm going to do real quick is I am going to enable Christian on Group 2. Christian, can you add the rest of your team to Group 2?
Can we get the rest of Team 5, or do you want me to send me? Do you want to send me to Team 5? Oh wait, you already. Hold on, I can get there. I can get there myself. Sorry.
Okay. You're good. Okay, Christian, you now should have Group 2.
Okay.
I just now fixed it, Christian, just barely.
Oh, the payment thing?
Yeah, so what we're gonna have you guys do is we're gonna have you guys join Group 3 instead, because
Okay.
for some reason it won't let me add billing for more than 3 projects.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add you, Josh, to Group. Oh, you're from Group 5, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay, so Christian can add you. Actually, and we're actually going to do Group 2 for your team.
What was the issue?
It said I can't enable billing on more than 5 projects or something.
Oh, gotcha.
Kind of lame.
Well, that's weird because Besmir was able to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Able to do what?
He was able to enable it without any problem.
Enable billing?
Enable the API cloud build.
Really?
Yeah.
For Group 5's project?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Besmir, you didn't pay for anything, right?
No, I do not.
It's for me. Group 5 says you can use Kubernetes engine after you enable billing is what it says for Group 5.
Oh, okay, weird.
So I think we should have you guys use Group 2, and I think who's sharing their screen right now? Christian. Okay.
Yeah. Go into
Awesome.
Start.
So you're able to add them now. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Christian, you're a hero.
So Chris, we ran into an issue where there's a cap on how many projects I can add people to, or how many billing I can have linked to a single billing account. So
Okay.
we're going to have you guys work on Group 3's project instead.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go in there and I'll add you as an admin on group 3. And if you could add, okay, hold on. Got some kind of conflict. Fine. Okay, Chris, you should be able to see group 3 now in your list. If you could go ahead and add your other members to group 3, that would be amazing.
Okay, sounds good. And then just not worry about our group 4 project then?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Christians, I saw you invited me. Do you mind doing it again? For some reason, it's not coming up.
Okay.
Now, David, did you say you guys were stuck on something else?
We don't really understand the instructions. The links takes us nowhere. We're confused if we needed to create the files, but apparently not. So we're really
Okay.
lost.
So which link is it you're talking about?
Number 4 and number 5, they just take us to the cloud, Google Cloud, but nothing else.
Okay.
In the pipeline in progress.
Hey, it works now, Christian. Thank you.
Let's see.
So Joshua, are we in group 3 now, right?
We're in group 2.
In group 2, okay.
So if you go to console.cloud.google.com, it looks like there's still a comma in it. I tried to fix that, but apparently it didn't work. Oh, that should work.
And do we need to create a Docker file? Because I was checking and the Docker file is there.
The link should work. I don't know what's going on. You're saying if you click console.cloud.google.com, it doesn't work, right?
No, yeah, it works, but there's no like instruction. It's just like the main page.
On the assignment, it says to go to the cloud build on the navigation menu. Did you see that?
Let's see. On cloud build, right?
Yep. It's under the tools tab. That first one.
Yes, cloud build, then triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So we did not have to worry about number 1, 2, and 3, right? Those are created already.
Did you create them in your individual project, your GitHub
VS
repo?
Code.
What's
On VS
that?
Code.
Uh-huh.
VS Code. Yeah, they're there already.
Because usually most of the students had the last GitHub project we did, David, they just created just a single file called index.html.
Mm-hmm.
And that project only had one file in it.
Gotcha.
So do you have a project like that you started with earlier this week?
I think so. But now I have my, my first project, and it has all the documents there.
So you should be working on your own individual GitHub repository.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or does that answer the question? You shouldn't have the files already. You should create the files. If you have not created files this week for your cloud build YAML and your app YAML, then you need to create those. Because you can't just use one that's already in a project, because that won't work.
Okay.
Do you remember when we did the GitHub assignments and you created a new project a week or two ago?
Yeah.
That's the project I was hoping you would use.
So let me show you.
Uh-huh.
So this one, now I have.
So
I
that's a
remember.
different assignment.
Oh, that's a different assignment.
Micropages Team 2 is that's a one that we already had a pipeline for. So we're wanting you to build a pipeline. So that's why you're starting with just an index.html file.
And we're extremely lost then.
What's that?
We're extremely lost then.
Okay.
Yeah, what we're doing then.
So what you want to do is go to GitHub, and if you go to your projects, you should see a list of projects.
List of projects.
On the upper right corner in GitHub.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this the one that says your projects? Or on the upper right, see that little picture on the very upper right corner? There's a drop down with like a weird red picture. Click your projects. And then it says you don't have any. Okay. So for the GitHub project, did you commit a new project to GitHub when we did that one? When we added everything to Git? Maybe click repositories. Sorry, maybe I'm saying the wrong thing. To the left. That's it. Maybe. No, that's not it.
Oh.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to create an empty GitHub project. There's an assignment you did 2 weeks ago that tells you how to do it. And in that project, you do some steps to add the project to GitHub and push it to GitHub. You'll want to follow those steps, and that will give you a project you can work from.
I think if you click on the little cat icon on the top left, it should show it over there.
Which one?
So on the top left, that little cat-looking thing.
Okay.
So click on that, and it should be right there, I think, if that's what you're looking for.
Maybe at first project?
I think that's mine.
Okay. David, put there.
Yeah, that's how I have that's how I have to access it too. It doesn't show up in my like projects or repos.
Oh, interesting. Can you click on 2 commits, David, where it says 2 commits? It's above the red line on the left.
Yes.
This is your project. So this is the one you'll want to work from. So in VS Code, you might want to just go file. Oh, it's so you have first project, and then under first project, you have Micropages Team 2. That's what threw me off. I think you cloned Micropages Team 2 inside of first project by mistake. I'm sorry. I just didn't see that. So you'll want to remove Micropages Team 2 there, probably, like delete and move to recycling bin. There we go. So this is the project. Now you could clone that project again. I would just clone it in a different directory if you want to compare. I think that's why you did it, is because we suggested to do it so you could have some files to look at. So I would just suggest cloning it. Like if you go to your terminal and do cd space ... then that will put you in a directory that's above where your project is. So now you can clone that Micropages Team 2 again, so you have those files to look at. But you're going to want those files to be here in your first project.
Can I do it in the terminal?
Yeah, so you can just do git clone and then the URL for that other one. And it would be git clone.
Oh, like that?
And then the URL. So if you go back to GitHub, and then on the, I like that suggestion to click the cat on the left. Let's do that again. And then you see MicroPages Team 2. If you click that, then there's going to be a clone or download green button. Click that one. And then click the clipboard. And so there's a little clipboard icon. It just copies it for you. And
Oh, I already copied it.
Sweet. Okay, and then if you paste that in here, and then enter. Now that'll clone it separate out of this first project. So now if you do File, Add, Folder to Workspace.
Folder.
So see the File menu on the upper left, click File. Sorry, it's not command line at this point.
Oh, gotcha.
So click the File menu in VS Code.
VS Code.
Mm-hmm. And then Add Folder to Workspace. And then you're going to choose MicroPages Team 2 and then Add. Okay, so now you've got some stuff to work from that you can add to your other project. But you're going to want it to look similar. But I'll tell you, App YAML and Cloud Build YAML are going to need to change because they're specific to the project they're in.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so it looks like we've had some unexpected things, obviously, having to switch you guys to a different Google project, which has kind of been a blocker, I would call it, from getting things done you need to. How many of you feel like you're able to continue with where you're at and you're not blocked? Can you raise your hand if you feel like you're not blocked right now? I like that. That's fine too. It's fair to say that. You could do thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. Can you tell me where you're at?
Yeah, I'm at, well, I think I'm at the DNS part. Maybe I can just show you really quick what I've done.
Okay, lots of thumbs sideways. Cool. You guys have worked really hard this week on this. I appreciate that. You're doing stuff it's really not easy. It's not. And you're doing it. You're doing a great job. And if you were in a company, you'd have 40 hours a week to work on this. So just keep that in mind and don't get discouraged, please. I hope you won't get discouraged because that is not what we want. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I need to probably extend. I can't think of anything else to do other than extend the due date, Brother Miller. Do you have any other ideas?
That's a good idea. I think we should probably come back on Monday and maybe try to address some of the common, maybe, we can ask everybody to just send in where they're at and what their current question is. And we can kind of review those and then give us some time to prep for Monday and hit some of those and then see if we can knock it out then.
Yeah.
Can everybody do that? Send either, how would you like those to come in, Brother Murdoch?
How about this? I'll create an assignment that's due, and all it is please share if you're blocked what the issue is you're facing. Please share a screenshot and error message and share what your blocker is right now. And even if you're a thumb sideways because you're not sure what to do next, that's still a blocker too. If you don't know what to do because you don't understand the issue, you don't have to feel like you should understand it or something. That you don't have to feel that way. So you can just say, I'm blocked because I don't know what this means or something like that. And I'm going to hang out.
Lots of three-letter acronyms.
Yeah. GC fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Lots of GC stuff. I'm going to still hang out for the next half an hour or two. I have a driver's license test at 12:30, so I have to leave at 12. But I have until probably 11:50 for people who have time now. So I'm happy to help with that. Good job, guys. Have a good
Thank you.
weekend. Don't stress.
Did I tell you my driver's license story?
No.
Here in Rexburg, you're going in Rexburg here to get that? So I had to do the same thing. I had to get a new driver's license here, and I went in and I talked to them for a little bit. I asked them what documentation I needed, and I just kind of hung out at the counter and like just spent some time going through my documentation and talking with the ladies there. And then I found out I didn't have everything I need, so I left and I came back. And then I walked in and I got the second counter instead of the first one because she was busy.
Oh.
And then as I started talking to the second one, and then, by the way, the first lady told me I was going to need to do the driver's license test. And as I started talking to the second one, she's like, okay, so it looks like you've got all your documentation now. And then she started talking to me about some road construction. She said, oh, by the way, I'm going to handle that road construction thing you were talking about. And I had no idea what she was talking about. She's like, I'm gonna talk to those people about that. And I was just like, okay, thank you. And I didn't want to make her feel dumb and say I have no idea what you're talking about. But then she said, okay, just sign here, pay this. And then she said, okay, you're done. And I said, okay, wasn't I supposed to take a test? And she said, oh, like her face just went blank. She's like, you mean you weren't that guy? I saw you here earlier. Weren't you that guy that was in there taking the test and talking about the construction? And that wasn't me, you know. And so I got out of taking the test. Because she already processed it. And I was like, so what do we do now? And she said, well, we already processed it. So I don't know what to do. And so she said, I guess you're good. And I said, okay, thanks.
Wow. Tell me the lady's name and I'll try.
Yeah. You can get out of these things somehow. I don't know. It's my lucky day.
Yeah.
Usually I'm unlucky and some have to do things twice instead of getting out of them. But
yeah.
All right.
Familiar. Well, guys, in case you missed it, so what we're going to do is extend the deadline for this assignment till next week at some point. And then I'm going to introduce a very small assignment for this that's due this weekend, which is tell me where you're blocked. Like, what is it that's keeping you from further progressing? Share an error code and a screenshot of where you're at. And that's all that's due this weekend.
Okay. Out of curiosity, me and my entire group are all getting the same problem.
Okay.
So would we be able to just look at that real quick and see if it's just an easy
I'm going to
fix?
hang out here until like 11:50, so we can look at yours first, and then whoever else has something.
Okay.
I mean, whoever else on your team has a question, it doesn't have to be John. It could be Ty or Ty. Do you want to share? If you're having the same problem, you could share your screen.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. I'm pretty sure I have the same error. If you guys can see,
Yep.
I don't know if this is the same. Is it the same thing?
Exactly the same thing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, great. This is good progress. So it says deployed objects, line 105, deployment, line 106, service, line 107, service. So it's really close. And if you look at line 106, you even have a public IP address now, which is awesome. So what we need to do, because it got past all of those other things, line 105 says deployment, Ty's website ready, no, okay? The other two lines say service, Ty's website load balancer ready, yes. Ty's website service ready, yes. So the thing that's not ready is the what?
Is it the actual website itself? Like
yeah, yep.
So
where is that just the DNS deployment or?
No, it's so DNS. All that is DNS just makes it easy to look up your website. But if you were to take that URL that has HTTP 34.105.39.157 with no DNS entry at all, that URL works. So DNS is just a convenience for users who don't want to memorize an IP address, which is pretty much everyone. No one wants to memorize an IP address. That's why on the internet, we don't say, hey, have you seen that new website? It's 39.10.50.107. No,
this
that's
ain't,
not.
This ain't the 90s anymore.
Yeah. So the DNS is just convenience, but the internet works without DNS. You can just use straight IP addresses for everything if you want. Anyway, so if you were to click on that, can you click on that link there? Yeah, follow link. And let's see what it does. I think it'll say something interesting. Connecting.
GoDaddy.com.
What's that?
That
No one
domain
uses
site.
GoDaddy anymore.
Oh yeah, GoDaddy. This domain is available for $3.99. So can't read the page. So what this is, you're actually talking to the load balancer. So this IP address is an IP of a load balancer, and the load balancer is separate from your website. So what it's doing is it's looking at your pod and saying, can I send something to this pod? And it's not getting anything back from the pod. So it's basically forwarding this request directly to your pod, which is not answering. So that's why it's timing out.
Okay.
So if you go back to Google Cloud, what I'd suggest is duplicating this tab so you don't have to go back and forth between Cloud Build and the other one. And on this one, if you go to the menu on the hamburger menu, makes me hungry to say that, and then go down to Kubernetes engine under compute. I think it's up above where you are. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Compute Kubernetes engine. Yep. And then workloads. Workloads is equivalent to pods, okay? So does not have minimum availability. So if you can click on yours, yeah. Go there. Okay, can you click on show details on the right? There's two show details buttons. Cannot pull image from the registry, check pods events to see more. Oh, interesting. So
Mine are saying the same thing as well.
So one thing we should look at first of all, can you go to VS Code, Ty?
Yep.
And then can you open your app.yaml? And then scroll up. Okay, see line 17?
Yep.
So that should match the GCR URL in Cloud Build, whatever it is. Now this is just me being nitpicky. It's not the root cause, but you should just make it match. So if you go to cloudbuild.yaml, you'll see another GCR repository. Let's see. So see how it's gcr.io $project ID Ty's website. See that everywhere?
Right.
So project ID is the group project you're using. Which one did you guys end up on? You're group 1, right?
Yeah.
So it's like CIT 262 group 1 or something. And so if you go to app YAML, what you want it to say for the GCR location, hold on, group 1. It's gonna look like, I'm gonna put this in the chat. Oops. Okay, So instead of Potent Galaxy 274.115, it's going to be CIT-262-group 1. In the other file, it uses a variable, but it's $project ID. But here we're going to just enter it. Now, this isn't the real problem, but we fixed something that's good to fix. Can you go back to your browser, Ty? Thank you. And then see the second one. Can you click that, show details? Cannot pull image. Oh, maybe that really is the problem. I guess that's it. So if we push that change, that should fix it.
Just changing this name.
Yeah, because it's gonna, when you deploy your pod, it's gonna try and pull that image from the registry. And if it can't find it, it's gonna fail.
So I wonder if I can just.
You just need to put a message in there on the left. Like, what did you update kind of thing.
And that's the only place where we have to change in the app YAML.
In Ty's, that's what it looks like. If yours is similar, then yes. No changes to commit. Do a save. Do file save. And then see if you can click the check mark now.
See, normally the file would appear below the.
Okay, so you need to
message
reload
box.
that little one.
So depending, for some reason, Ties isn't popping up like ours does.
Okay.
I'll just have to do it
So
manually.
Ty's been doing it in the terminal.
Can you click the two that on the far left? There's like, it looks like two pieces of paper. Can you click that? Okay. Huh. Yeah, command line works.
Just do add. Wait, I think I need to.
Cool. That should have triggered a build.
Yep. Okay. And then you just want me to rerun.
It should run on its own if you go to history, because you pushed to master. So if you click that one on the top, there's, see those three spinning things? It's the top one is yours. Something's going on. Still waiting. Can you go to the other tab, Ty? The Google Cloud Platform tab, and then go to workloads again. And then click on that one. The same message, or this looks like it's outdated. image pull back off and one more. Can you click show details on the top bar? Okay, that's outdated, obviously, because we know that's not there anymore. Oh, insufficient CPU, though, is a new one. Okay. So that sounds like something we'll need to address as well. Okay. So if you look at clusters, Ty, on the left, and then click cluster 1, and then click nodes. Okay. Memory requested 816. CPU requested 870, 774, and 711. Okay. So can you click add node pool at the top middle? And then let's change it to 2 instead of 1 for the number of nodes. Oh, sorry. That's fine too. You can do that. That's okay.
But just change the number to...
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then click create. And now it's spinning up 2 new virtual machines to add to the pool. It does go pretty quickly, so I expect it to be about 30 seconds or so for that to finish. The cool thing is, I think once that finishes, it kind of just fixes your problem. So can you go to the other tab now, Cloud Build tab of your browser? Still waiting. Now, my hope is that fixed it. Let's see.
Yeah.
No whammies.
Big money, big money. Sweet. Nice work, Ty.
Was that it?
Yeah. So you want to open the URL now?
So it was the fixing the app YAML and altering the nodes.
Yep.
That's awesome, guys. Good job.
All right, we'll see if this works.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. That worked. So does everybody else have to do this same thing, or does that take care of it for everybody?
In theory, you've given it enough resource to share between you, Austin, and John, in theory.
Oh, so I don't have to change the nodes on my end. That's already been done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're sharing cluster 1. So as long as what you add doesn't bump it over the limit again.
Mine seems to have worked. Remind me where we go to see what our IP address is.
It's just right there in the cloud build log.
Oh, it was hidden. And sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I had an idea. Brother Murdoch will have to think about this. We'll talk about it later. But you know, we can't spend as much time with everybody as we have with you guys, unfortunately, or otherwise we'll be doing this for another week. So maybe one idea would be we can break you guys out into the other groups to help on Monday after we address the general questions and see if you guys, and we don't expect you to be experts. It's totally fine if you get stumped again. But maybe at least half of the problems you'll be able to say, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, And we can always post this recording since we walked through it here. That way, if people want to look at it on the weekend, they can.
My guess is other people will be stuck in different places than you are. That's my guess.
Okay.
And I will post the video, but my guess is they're not to the point you guys were usually, mostly.
Okay.
So we just need a screenshot of our website then?
Yeah, so there's actually one more step. If you guys want to do it now, there's the DNS entry, and then you can.
I was wondering what it means by create zone, since before we didn't have to do that.
So you'll actually have to go back into the CIT 262 project for a minute. You'll have to be in both for a minute to do this, because what we've done is I've got all the DNS requests for CIT262.com are being forwarded to the DNS servers or the zone in 262 the project, and then you guys can set up the records there, so it should work. So John, do you want to do that and you guys can follow along? Do you guys have time to do that now or not?
Yeah, I do.
How about Austin?
No, I have time. It's just I haven't been able to get my UL to work yet.
Okay, no problem.
So I may only have to just watch.
That's fine. John, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so in here, if you can go back where it says zone details, and then see that first record, that's the zone we're going to add everything to. So you're going to want an A record, and then put in the IP address there, and that's it. So these take up to 15 minutes. Sometimes they work right away. It's really unpredictable.
So we go to network services and then cloud DNS?
Yes.
Okay. And then do create a zone?
No, there should be a zone already there called April 2020 CIT 262.
Okay.
Click that one.
And then is it add record set?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
Did it work?
It did indeed.
Sweet.
After a week of problems.
Yeah, you were like the one on the leading edge, finding all the things I messed up before everyone else.
I was really wanting to get it done, so.
Yeah, that's great. I appreciate you figuring out the public IP limit. It would have made today even more chaotic if we had
Yeah.
if we found that out in the middle of class. It was already really difficult.
Yeah.
I had this idea of making a proxy for everything, and I almost had it working this morning, but almost isn't good enough. So
we just take a screenshot of that and submit it?
Yep. How about Ty? Did that work for you? Did you find it?
Yep, I think I got it. And then you said it should take about 15 minutes or so for that to...
It took about a minute and a half for me, so
Okay.
it depends.
I guess I can try it for me.
While you guys are looking at that, I just want to say you guys have come a long way in terms of patience and troubleshooting, and I want you to know that's going to be a big part of your career. So it's never going to be buttoned up nicely for you. Although in class you come to expect that. What your experience is here is more likely what your career is going to be like, where you're trying to work through something and say, why is this not working? Beat your head against the wall, troubleshoot, find the problems. And this is actually a very realistic type day on the job. So good job,
Yep.
guys.
It is really, really realistic. The cool thing is you get paid, and if you go home and it's not done, you're not in trouble. So just like here, you're not in trouble if you're not done, right? So
Yeah, it is nice to be done though.
it feels good.
Uh,
To help us too. That is a
What'd you say,
bonus.
Ty? What'd you say, Ty?
I said it's good to have your guys' help. It's always a bonus. So.
We wouldn't throw you into this without pulling you out too, you know.
what about you, Austin? How you doing on this?
I mean, I just want to. I just want to make sure I do it right. But I still. Can I share my screen real quick?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So let me hold on. I gotta hide all these panels. There we go. Okay. So back on the VS Code, it was like this line right here on the app YAML, this little potent galaxy. So I'm just very articulate. I just want to make sure I do it all right once and not try to mess it up on my own. And I went ahead and copied the. It should be. Whoop.
That's right.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then let me. Whoop. Go ahead and save. And then that's the change. And then it was.
Need a message, right?
Yep. Okay, that should be it. I hope.
You always do commit and push, commit and push, commit and push. It's never just commit. I know that's not intuitive, but you always push.
Oh, then
3 dots on the right, and push. There you go. The reason that is commit saves it locally in your local repo, but push puts it in the remote repo.
I see. Okay.
It always feels like you're done when you've committed, but then the remote needs it too.
And then I just want to double check.
Yeah.
All right. So that looks good. And then when we change the location, that was in the cloud build, the like the server location. Let me just make sure. Yep. West 1C. Okay. Okay.
And then if you go to history, you should see a new build kicked off from your push.
Right here.
Hey, that looks promising. See the green checkbox?
Yeah. Do I just click the build number?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then scroll down on the right.
And then that's my website right there.
Yeah, try it. Let's see. Sweet.
Oh, there's my all-star lyrics.
Good.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
If we end up changing our index file at all, does it automatically push to our website, or do we have to run the trigger again?
The trigger runs whenever you push to master. So if you change the HTML and then do a push, then it'll update your website.
Oh, like what I just did when I pushed?
Yep, exactly. That's what a pipeline is. So you're done. So when you commit your code and push it, then it's auto-deployed. That's what a pipeline is. So
The idea is once you set this up, then changes become easier in the future, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
You guys in the class, you don't even get to see the benefits because you don't have a team that's on a project that's doing development every day, and everyone would be so excited right now because now they can just push their code and it just keeps going live every time.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Oh, I made changes and then I went to my GitHub to see what was, like, if the changes were working. And then it said what one of the triggers just failed.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess I can stop my share.
You can do your DNS record too, Austin, if you want to do that.
Yes, that was gonna be my next thing. If you all have time, because
Sure.
that sounded like really easy to do. I probably don't even. Well, I'll share my screen just in case.
Sure.
I don't like these floating panels. I wish. Anyway, okay.
I know. I wish it was like Alexa and you could just tell it what to do and there were no buttons.
Okay, so what was the? I'm on the home stretch. What's the last thing to do, and then I'll get this done.
Hi, do you want to walk him through it? You're muted, Ty.
Because I was watching.
There you go. So are you
But I
on
forget.
the DNS part or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
I guess before I move on, can I quickly ask? I understand DNS. It's the basically it's a little nickname we give for the IP address.
Mm-hmm.
Is that basically what we're doing? We're making a little nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where to then?
Before you go, copy your public IP address down. Yeah, that'll work. And then
Copied.
go back. And go to the 3 bars up top, and then scroll down to network services.
Network services.
Okay, yeah, and then do cloud DNS.
Cloud DNS.
Second one.
Oh, second one.
Oh, you.
Oh yeah, that is second one. Okay.
And then this one looks different to me.
So, if I can jump in, it's just because you're still in group 1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you need to change to just the normal CIT 262. That's right.
Oh, okay.
And then you click on the April 2020 -CIT. Yep. And then click on Add Record Set, the blue button. And then on the DNS name box, you can type in your website name.
Okay, I'll just name. Oop. Well, would you, I think I'm overthinking it. I'll just put Austin. Austin pipe site there.
I would keep it lowercase. I don't know if it's sensitive, but just to make it easy, I would keep it lowercase.
Okay.
And then under the box with the IP address, just copy and paste your public IP.
Oh, and then get rid of all those extra stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And just create. And that's it.
And then if I refresh this. Oh, okay. So and then so to test it, I think I forgot what I named it. I don't know. I don't remember if I added a K.
No, you didn't have a K. No
Okay.
K. Austin pipe site.
I forget the rest of the details.
It's
yeah, go ahead.
CIT 262 .com.
Okay.
Woo.
Got it.
And then this is what you, Brother Murdoch and Miller, you want to see in our assignment, just a screenshot of this?
Yep, that's all.
Okay.
We're going to ask you, Austin, to help a group on Monday. Are you good with that?
I mean, I advise against that, but I'll do the best I can.
You can help somebody, even if you don't know the answer. You can try.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll appreciate you just being there to try and help. That's all we ask.
It's just if they have like a new problem, I may not be able to know how to answer that.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll still be there. We'll still be here as to
One
help
thing you
out.
can do is you can just kind of go between the room they're in and the main room and just relay questions. And so it would be good if we could do some, I guess like you can do chat, but it's hard to chat with people in our class. I wish there was an easier way to do that.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Discord.
I've heard good things
Yeah,
about
but getting everyone to download that would be a nightmare.
Well, you don't have to download it. I mean, you can use the web browser. It's the performance might be a little bit downgraded, but
Actually,
if you're just chatting, then that's fine.
The absolute easiest way to do it, and I did it in my other class, is inside of Teams, Microsoft Teams. The reason why this is easy is because everyone's already authenticated with their school email. If you just create a new team, Brother Murdoch, and then you make it public to anyone in our organization that has the link, you don't have to you do not have to add anybody in it. As far as I can tell, is again, making it public to anyone in the organization means anybody in a different class could also, if they had the link, they could also start chatting, but that's unlikely to happen. So it doesn't matter. It's super easy. You create it, you say, public to organization, you share the link somewhere, and then everyone can chat in there.
Maybe I'll set that up today and send an announcement to the class.
Yeah, it literally takes like less than 10 minutes. It's really easy.
So then you guys could just use chat to relay questions to me and Brother Miller, because it seems like talking monopolizes the room, and so whoever's asking their question makes it hard for us to answer anyone else. But if you send a quick question in Teams with a screenshot or something, we could answer that.
And this would still be in Zoom?
Yeah,
This would be in
it's called Microsoft Teams.
Oh, Microsoft. Oh, okay. I missed that first part.
Yeah, it works. I mean, it works just like Discord, really.
I just had a quick question about my triggers.
Okay.
So one trigger works, one trigger failed, but my changes worked. So I'm wondering why it says a trigger failed.
Details say on it. Failed 8 minutes ago. Can you go to Cloud Build?
Yes.
And then go to history.
I'll just set that up in Teams now. I mean, I might as well. I know how to do it, so I can post it out there.
Oh, great. Thank you. And I'm going to extend the due date for the assignment. What do you think the due date should be?
Next Friday.
I was gonna say Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
But I guess, you know what, we're probably gonna give them other stuff to do next week also, so we could make it all due on Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I'm fine.
I like
either.
Wednesday. I like giving graduated due dates so that not everything's due at once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it on Wednesday, and then I'll post an announcement about it like I said I would. So it doesn't have a failed build here. I don't get why it's saying that either.
Because like it did the proper like formatting that I changed.
Yeah.
But then every time I try and rerun the trigger, it just ends up failing again.
It's just a bug with the plugin, the GitHub plugin integration with Google Cloud.
All right.
It's actually really impressive that it's this good. Is it rerunning the trigger?
Yeah,
here?
so they have a rerun option that you can
Wow, that's so cool. This is really nice.
But yeah, every time I rerun it, see like it just failed again.
Yeah, I don't get it.
All right.
It's just a bug.
It made the changes, so I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, it sounds like the cloud build history in Google's the authoritative source there because it shows no errors.
All
Hey,
right.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Appreciate
Thanks for sticking around to help us finish.
Hey, can I get you guys to hang out for just 1 second longer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get you to try to join in this chat, and we'll see if it works.
Yeah.
So
Will we get an email from in our Outlook email?
yes, but for now, I'm just gonna put this inside of in the chat here, and let me see if I can set it up properly. 1 sec, just 1 sec. Where is it at? I want to make sure I set it to public. Where's this at? Okay, so here's a link I'm going to post in the chat. It may not work yet. See what happens if you click it.
Okay, let's see. So I don't have the Windows app. I'm just going to use the web app for now.
Okay, yeah.
It worked for me.
Are you in?
Yep.
So yeah, it just sends a request, and then we say, let's see, where are you at? I said John requested to join. I don't want you to have to request. So I've got one from Austin too, saying you requested.
It says my name?
Yeah, that's good. Ideally, it shouldn't even make me have to approve your requests. So I'm going to try to make it so that but maybe can you just start typing in a chat there? Does it let you, like in the general chat?
I'm still waiting for my request to be accepted.
Okay, let me see.
I mean, worst case scenario, there's only 20 students.
Yeah, I know. I love the idea of everyone can just join without us having to intervene at all. But you're right. I could definitely add everybody. I'm just trying to. All right, somewhere in here, there's a way for me to say that you don't have to be permitted to join the group. I'm gonna have to look for that. But anyway, you've got the link. We'll send out an email.
And then do you still want me to type something?
Is it going to let you? Did you try it, or did it say no?
It says request. Oh, I guess I can get out of that dialog box. Okay. I guess I just type here.
So I just type testing. We can put different channels in here, just like in Discord.
Okay. Do you see my message? I said, "Hello, boys."
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I'm in the team.
From what I'm seeing, it's putting me in CIT 230, but I'm not in the team for this class.
The 262?
Yeah, I'm not in that team yet.
Okay. How did that work? All right. I
don't know. I see Ryan Harris and
Oh, you must be in a different one.
Yeah, because I think it just by default puts us in whatever team we were previously added to. Like mine's from last winter.
Really?
Yeah, CIT 230, and that's what it has me in the team as. So, do you have a team code that I could enter to try and join?
Well, where is it at? Get link to team.
Brother Miller's CIT 225.
Team.
I just left a strange
your 225 class.
Austin, you just left a message somewhere else.
Yeah, this thing is like, who the heck is this guy saying hello, boys? And I spelled boys incorrectly.
I've got to go take my test, but I'm going to leave you guys, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks for sticking with us.
Okay, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure where it is for me to say that you can join it without. I saw it before, so I'll find it again. I'll let you guys know.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we're happy to be your guinea pigs.
Thank you. Okay, take care, guys.
Yep,
До
you too.
свидания.
Bye bye.